part. This is
It's
showtime
showtime
stuff.
Yeah,
We
we
ran
ain't
it
got
right
no
down to the
secrets.
wire.
They don't need to know about our
We're
secrets.
planning. We're planning.
Behind the scenes is the best part of the scenes, guys.
We're planning, trying to bring some entertainment to y'all.
Entertainment. I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're gonna get into
Just
some
can't hide
Aretha
it.
Franklin. Ooh man.
I'm about to lose control.
Yeah, but tonight's episode of You Can't Do That on the Internet will not be seen at this time because it's been banned. But never fear, we've got a tantalizing, provocative podcast just for you.
Welcome to For Music Lovers Only, a podcast where each host makes a top 5 list of their favorite songs from this week's topic. Each week is a new topic. Tune in, I dare you. Music Lovers Only.
Woo!
I wanted to make my hand so fast.
The Pee Wee Herman, or the Kevin
Flash over here.
Kevin running around the house watching Home Alone.
See?
Yeah, tonight we're gonna talk the Queen of Soul,
Sontia Soul. Oh,
yeah. that picture I used, was a rare picture, supposedly on the internet, but it was like, this has got Sontia vibes right here. It reminded me of one of I think Better Days, one of the early photos of you. I was like, right there, that could be Sontia right there. One of these days we're gonna be talking Sontia.
One of these days.
But today we're going to talk Aretha Franklin, and most specifically, top 5 favorite songs of hers. And like it was, God, so much. It was a huge catalog, and I gravitated towards the early stuff. I mean, I think 83 was the latest that made my list, but a lot of good music. The Queen of Soul.
Yeah, I missed years. I didn't put the years on mine, so we just have to figure it out. I found what I was trying to do was, I've been listening to Aretha Franklin my whole life. So to make it more of a challenge for me, I've looked for songs that I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I found some, man, that were so good. I was having church in my kitchen. I was throwing spoons and shit. Like the kids were like, "What's going on, Mom?" And I was like, "Aretha, that's what's going on."
My number one did that to me, and it's not even an original, so I gave away some. But I was mind blown and did not know it existed. And thank God, if only thing that comes from this for me, and there is more. So I don't mean that, but if it's this, it'll be okay with me.
Yeah.
Sweet.
A lot of good music. But how was everybody's Thanksgiving?
Fattening. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a lot of food there. Lots of food. And I cooked, and I only bitched a little bit. And my mom only cussed a little bit, and I only burned one thing. Well, I didn't burn it. It caught on fire.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of burning it. I mean, honestly,
it was still edible.
The effect after is burnt. I mean, a fire only causes a burn. I mean, I'm okay, but
yeah, as long as it was,
potato fire, whatever.
No, I did the turkey, and I had to go hunt for a lot of things in the storage unit. Couldn't find some things easily replaced, so temporary solutions. But that was a couple extra trips to the old Wally Mart, and I got brave and went to the ghetto Walmart, and at lunch.
Dylan's right by you, bud. Dylan's right by you.
I was at work.
Oh, okay.
I was at work. I tried to get slick on my lunch and get it knocked out. This was Wednesday, so I had less to do.
I know the Walmart.
One
we shopped at forever.
But I'm like, I'm gonna be slick and get in here, and I pull in. It's packed. I get to the thing, the intersection. They've got the right of way coming this way. I'm stopped over here. Old boy stopped over here. People coming in do not have a stop sign. They have the right of way, and old boy's just sitting there. And I'm like, oh my God. I sat there, 10 seconds, I don't know, not very long, but long enough to realize this guy's not paying attention.
Was it me?
I don't know.
Sontia.
I don't know. Old boy,
Probably me.
I go and old boy was trying to turn, and old boy that was on the other side, not the guy that had the right of way and was causing the infunction, but he honks at me and starts yelling some shit. And man, I'm not the one to start yelling shit because I'll start yelling shit back, and then I'll decide later if I need to back up my shit talking. But he started yelling. I couldn't even get my head out the window. It was like this. I'm sticking my head out, just going like a savage dog, like a rabies dog. And I pull around the parking spot, and he pulls up in front of Dollar General, and he's yelling, "Come on, all this crap, and come over here." And I'm like, that's a long way to walk to, either get my ass beat or go to jail. I mean,
We're both.
I gave him a thumbs up, and or both. I gave him a thumbs up.
The worst cases, or both.
Yeah, and then the back window rolls down. It looks like he's like 5-year-old kid sticks his head out. I'm like, oh, you're winning, dude. You got it figured out. Needless to say, I nixed going into Walmart. That I went on about my business and went back.
Oh, don't let him affect your day. You freaking wait. You wave at him, maybe show him your boobs, something like that, and you freaking.
Well, I figured that was gonna be the tone for the trip to Walmart. Because like I said, it was packed. It was packed day before Thanksgiving.
No, I think he meant the violence and the bad scenario.
Oh,
I completely turned that one either by just. That's my go-to because nobody really knows how to respond to that when a guy's like, I'm just saying.
Hey, we probably can't say that on the internet. So anyways,
I think I can. I think I could even show mine because they're dudes.
I mean, you already got half naked on your.
I know. I started. I seen that. I'm like, oh, like if I would have known, I would have done a couple dances.
No, but then I made a post. Gobble gobble. What was it? Gobble gobble, all you mother cluckers. And I wake up this morning to saying that my page is no longer recommendable because it goes against it. It had a whole list of things that wouldn't let me fight it. All I could do is delete it. So I'm like,
well, yeah, okay. That's okay. It's just a post you got to delete. I mean,
but it's
okay.
Still,
it's like they're controlling your life. They're just controlling everything you say or what you can say on there. That's
Yeah. Gotta love the Zuck.
So. Yeah, but I mean, when I think
about Twitter, you can say whatever you want.
Well, when you think about like old Facebook, where you could open it up and see somebody get beheaded, like maybe there should be.
There should be some filters, but mother cluckers maybe shouldn't.
I think it was the gobble gobble because it said something about sexual. And I don't know. I mean, it had a whole list. It covered everything: racist, violence. It had everything. I don't know what they flagged it for.
That's the reason I left
every box.
Yeah. We used to get kicked off of TikTok all the time for like threatened, suggested violence, and it would be like something like TJ, shut the fuck, or what? I'm like, we got kicked off of TikTok for that, and some of the shit that I see on there.
That's what gets me. I go through my feed and I see. Wait, I'm like, this is on here.
Woo-hoo.
I don't know.
I haven't been banned for a while.
I don't even. I get on to like your guys' posts and then I get off. So
I'm definitely not. I mean, I get to doom scrolling like videos, but reels. But that's about the extent of it.
Yeah, you can run into anything on a reel.
Yeah, and I've been doing more of that on Instagram because their reels are about the same, and I can not see what people's opinions are, what they feel. So
that's what I like about Instagram is like you have to really work to actually read what somebody wrote and
what they care about.
Do that.
I'm just on there for Brittany, man. That's all I'm on there.
Right. Oh
but yeah, before we get into this, one more thing. Like I said, we've been planning. We've got, I think, 2 more weeks before Christmas, so we'll get all that figured out. I figured one of them at least, maybe do Christmas songs. I think last year we didn't do Christmas songs, but quite frankly, I'm running out of ideas, so we'll do Christmas songs. And
there's plenty. We've already discussed the endless amount of ideas a year. I mean, is a billion. I can come up right now with a million of them if you want me to, and I don't know if we have long enough, but.
There's several topics that we'll go back and revisit because it's a matter of, what I'm feeling today is how I,
we haven't done 30s. We haven't done 40s. We haven't done 50s. We haven't done, I mean, we're okay, bud.
Yeah. I don't think, like I said, I don't think with guests doing some deep dive stuff would be, because, I mean, we don't want them to be overwhelmed by the homework. So
we have a lot of bands to cover. We've got a lot of I love go visit the duets again. There's
and symphonies would be cool too.
Yeah. See, I mean, look at this. We just came up with 6 in 3 seconds. I mean,
seconds. We'll help more. I feel like we can.
You don't have to do this on your own. You just have to,
just say.
I know you feel like you push us and we don't, but yeah.
You really care.
We're best friends to begin.
I love the suggestions though. I love just throwing it out there as often as we can to the people. What the freak do they want? And I'll start doing it more. I don't like to do it on my personal page. I'll do it on my middle of the road page and stuff. But
yeah, I think I like the polls with the years. That's always turns out fun.
Yeah,
it's never the year I want, but I mean,
that's what makes it fun. And then we find out how fun it is. So I love the year spinner. I love those ones are some of my favorite.
Yeah. One more thing before we get into it. I went to lunch today at the new Nola's. I don't know if you guys had Nola's Pizza. They got a new location. It's Stephanie Nash and their friends, and she did some of the mural there. So I went to check it out. But it's right next to Wichita's first dispensary. They're in the same building, so you walk down the hall. So I'm walking into lunch, and I mean, it smells glorious, but I'm just like, just like what? Because it straight up stinks like cauliflower. And so it made me hungry, and so I tried to eat some good pizza, and then walked out disappointed, smelling it again. I'm like, man, it'd be nice if we just get our shit together here. And
it's not real.
It's not real.
It's like Ghosts in Love.
Smells good though. But I was duped. But check out Nola's. Definitely check out Mopigs. No, they didn't pay me to say that. Just good stuff.
We used to love Nola's, and I don't dislike Nola's by any means. I love the vibe of Nola's. Like, it's a great place to go eat. I like eating there better than I like to going it. And I like, it's a cool place. So
yeah. Like I said, the new down, it's Old Town now. It's not over there on Broadway or whatever where it was at. It's kind of catty corner of where the Old Town Theater, Old Chicago, and the Old Town Theater used. I don't know what it is now, but it used to be a theater.
Okay. Sweet.
I assume it's still a theater. It's just closed.
I think it just got bought out by maybe Boulevard. I feel like it got bought out by either AMC or Boulevard because those are the only 2 choices. Yeah. And they'll be opening at some point.
Hopefully. I enjoyed that one.
I think they've got like 3 or 4 locations. If you're in the Wichita area and you're interested in a Nola's, you can get it quite a few places, maybe 4 or 5, I mean, so.
Yeah, check out the big Godzilla with the big pizza slice. That was Miss Stephanie.
And you said that one's on Douglas?
No, it's
on
like
Central?
3rd. It's like 3rd and Meade, I think.
Okay.
Meade is the street.
Right by the whatever place where the Christmas tree is.
I don't even think they have that one listed on here yet, at least on Yelp, so they need to get on their Yelp reviews.
Yeah, probably not on Yelp. I did see stuff from when I looked because I didn't know where it was at. I just went for the first time to the old location, and I went a second time a couple of weeks later, and it was closed. We're moving, and I was like, oh man. Then I seen Stephanie's post about doing the mural and everything. So
sweet.
I've recently got into
Stephanie's awesome.
Yeah. I've recently got into Yelp reviews, and I'm just following by people's Yelp reviews now. So just
Are you reviewing and updating their Yelp reviews?
Yeah, I'm gonna start reviewing Yelp reviewers though. That's my because I want to go like check their place out and then be like, I just want to let you know this Yelp reviewer did not do a good service or
all right. There I did see on my doom scrolling, I did see something, but we'll talk about it after we get into Miss Aretha Franklin. Let's get into it. I'm ready. I'm excited. Like I said, I did not grow up. I mean, I grew up listening to the stuff on the mainstream, but I mean, I didn't listen to her. I didn't like buy albums and
number 1.
I did not realize how much Aretha Franklin I knew. That's what I'll say.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she has she's had appearances in all sorts of different movies. I loved her in the Blues Brothers.
Oh, that's where I
didn't have a lot of movies. She documentaries mainly, but the movies, the Blues Brothers was basically it. I mean, there was like a couple, 2 other ones, I think.
That's where I think I was introduced to her. Like, I mean, I think I'd heard Respect and, some other songs. Sorry if I just took somebody's song, and if you used it, then you're not good at this show. So
rude. I feel attacked.
No, I'm just saying that every week, like, I think when we pick one person, like Josh used to do it, like he used to always do that, be like, pick the one song everybody knew, and he'd put some post about that, like, so you use that one. It was almost like you can't use the most obvious song of whoever it is.
Well, I did it so nobody would use it, so it would already be claimed by the advertisement. So there's no rules. What is this?
Oh my God. So this trip down Aretha Lane was absolutely perfect. Been having a hard time. My sister-in-law died. And then just listening to Aretha Franklin and dealing with all of that has absolutely been wonderful. Like Aretha, one of the things that I got out of Aretha was when she was younger, you could tell in her music, her very early music, that she was very much in love with somebody. I don't know who it was, but he had to be lucky. And
look at the idea.
Yeah, or the idea of love.
Right.
Yeah, that's almost what I was. That's almost what I got.
The way that she was singing, though, I think there was somebody. Okay. I really do. Okay. And then you can see that didn't work. And the evolution
was married twice.
The blues and the pain came out.
yeah, and that's where the strong women songs come from. Yeah. All of those that I'm not going to mention, just in case it's on somebody's list, which it shouldn't be, because we're better than that, right, Casey?
I got one of them that's going to retract my statement. Probably. That was just maybe you guys took it off the list and I could have it.
Okay. All right. So these are in no particular order. And like I said, I wanted to go find some songs that weren't normal Aretha songs. So the first song that I got was off of her album, A Rose Is Still a Rose, from 1998. So that was one of her most recent albums, and it was called Never Leave You Again. And in this song, essentially, she messed up with somebody and was begging him back. Now, Aretha doesn't seem like a begging lady, but my God, if he didn't take her back after this song, he didn't deserve her.
Yeah. Fucked up, I mean,
not at all. And everything she sings is powerful. It's emotive. This one was just a surprise. It was a surprise to me. Like, what are you doing? But it really was. And that whole album, A Rose Is Still a Rose, is a badass album. And it was modern. And I just completely hate that I missed it my whole life. I really do. Number 2 is going to be Spirit in the Dark. And Spirit in the Dark, when I was listening to it, it sounded like a gospel song at first. And then I got to listening to the lyrics and I thought, maybe this is a song about, doing the sideways pancake, And so I listened to it again because it was throwing me off. And then I was like, no, this is a song about, this is a gospel song. This is like maybe a party song. And I listened to it one more time and I was like, no, this is about the master mouse. This is what's going on in this song.
Getting down.
But yeah, it sounds completely like a church song. It's essentially about enjoying something. And I enjoyed listening to it and having my own ideas about it. It was a great time. So that's number 2, with the mushy marshmallow. Number 3. Let's see. Number 3 is just going to be just one of her regulars, Until You Come Back to Me.
Great song.
You come back to me. That's what, like, you just done lost your mind over something.
Last song I listened to before I got out of the car tonight. 100% the truth.
Oh, yeah. And it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is awesome.
It's like it's so passionate. I love the passion in that.
I was just gonna say, and powerful. I mean,
Yeah.
like a lot of her songs. I mean, most of her songs are powerful. She has some that aren't, but like that's just it all comes through.
I don't think she half-assed anything. I
No.
don't think she half-assed anything. Everything. I mean, I couldn't find. I mean, there wouldn't be one that I'd be like, this is horrible. You know, I mean, she's putting her heart and soul in all of it.
In everything.
Yeah.
Even some of I found some of her like earlier stuff where she has like some more talking. I mean, not like where she gets ready to explain or talks about something and then does it. But even that is like how I don't know how to, just deep and powerful.
Oh yeah, yeah.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she put everything into
She is
it.
like. She's also like Oprah Winfrey because she was like, little, big, little, big, little. I mean, like every single picture is like another pic, but she like had so many different, but it was still the same power and passion and all that. But there was so many looks of Aretha.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Aretha went through a couple of different phases. And just even like 80s Aretha was just like the 80s. She was 80s.
Shine, so much shine, all the glitter and
Yeah.
Diva.
And then
I think like I said, in the 80s and the 90s,
glitter.
and when I was coming up listening to music, she was more, that was more of like her fashion business. She wasn't, the music wasn't what she was known for in that era, at least. I mean, but she had all the old ones that still got played everywhere.
right. I think
Commercials.
In the 80s, she was more like her and Tina were more like a rock pop sort of situation.
Yeah.
I felt like they were just experimenting with what they were doing at that point and trying to find a voice outside of what they were known for.
Yeah.
And it was the androgynous is the word that I was looking for. She had more androgynous looks with the like kind of the pantsuits, but she still had on a fancy jacket, and then you have like the short hair with the flip. And I saw a lot of that too. So she was definitely with the 80s culture at that period of time. And then the songs were definitely different than what she usually did, but they were still really good.
Yeah.
Boy, over the years, the amount of diamonds just got more and more. And more.
Get that bling.
You heard them. Okay, what was I on? Number 3? Yes, I was on number 3. Number 4, the title from the A Rose Is Still a Rose. So that song, A Rose Is Still a Rose, once again, that 1998 album. And I knew that song from when it first came out, because that was the first time I heard Aretha outside of just the Aretha that I knew. And it was back in 1998 when I first heard it. That song was actually written and produced by Lauryn Hill. So when I listened to the lyrics, I heard Lauryn in it. I was like, oh, that would be something that she would write and something that she would express. And that song really hit me because just being in just having this whole healing journey and dealing with getting out of toxic situations and mindsets. One of the things that brings you down in those situations is you start feeling like you're not worthy. You start feeling like you're not worth anything, like you're not anybody. And this says, no matter what you've been through, if you're a rose, no matter what. So a rose is still a rose, no matter what it's been through. So just live up to who you are, despite what you've been through. So that's why I love that song. Definitely. And then the final one, which is the one that made me throw my shoe across the kitchen. Is called Somewhere. And I love this song because it is an experience. That whole song is a whole experience to where she's talking about somehow, some way, there's a place for us. And I'll take you there someday is essentially the foundation of the song. She goes through this and she leads you slowly on this journey of where we're going to go. And then out of nowhere, there's just this jazz breakdown with stand-up bass being just like the main feature. And he's killing that bass, or she or whoever's playing it is fucking it up. So, and so now you're like, oh, now I'm in this little wonderland. And then Aretha comes in and then she just breaks out like, there is a place. And I was like, whoa, what are you doing? Started getting shivers down my spine. And I'll You know, I was like, oh my God. So that's the first time I heard that song. I've listened to it 82 times since yesterday. And that is now my favorite Aretha Franklin song, because holy Lord, it was like watching the whole movie The Wiz in 6 minutes. And that's my list.
Well, wasn't she in that though too? I didn't see that on the list, but I find that hard to believe that she wasn't involved in that.
She wasn't like a main character or anything. If she was in the background in any of the music, I don't know that, because Quincy Jones put everybody in everything all the time.
Yeah.
So she might have been, but I've watched The Wiz 752 times and I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think she was in it. I don't.
It was Diana Ross was the
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think there was probably some. No, maybe not. I don't know. I remember some like feuds, but I could be mistaken. We'll have to research it.
Okay.
Aretha Franklin to Diana Ross feuds. But
they probably squashed that. You don't need to look that up. Don't start that drama, Josh.
There's enough drama in the world. We don't need no Aretha drama.
Well, wasn't that M's mom passed away a couple days ago? I've seen that.
We talked about it was yesterday, but we talked about that, man. It was crazy, like how even something like that, just because she is like since '99 a part of my life too, you know. It's like you more because that's my boy. You doing all right, dog? You know, you doing all right?
Yeah, reach out if you need a shoulder cry.
You want to come on the show and talk about it? You know, we'll listen.
I heard his brother didn't have much nice to say about it. Alex, I can't make any guarantees, Coach, that none of mine are on your list, but I went a little obscure. I went a little. It was a roller coaster ride. She had her love songs, powerful love songs that gave me hope, and then she had the heartbreak songs. I was like, yeah, okay, this is where I need to be. So it was a good. And then the powerful movement songs, activists. She was a known activist. Mm-hmm. One thing I didn't really realize is she's listed as a pianist, so I wonder how much piano she's actually playing on her songs.
She did a lot of piano playing on her gospel album.
Yeah, so maybe that's why. But she's listed as a activist, a songwriter, and a pianist. So, but like I said, I knew all the commercial songs, from the radio, from movies and stuff. And so I tried to stay away from those. My number 5, we're going to get started off with a sad one. Ain't No Way from Lady Soul. I loved the way she named her first couple of albums, like Lady Soul and the electrifying Aretha Franklin, all of that just, I love the way she did that. But that was 1968. And I think it starts off with like a sax and a piano. So again, this is what makes me wonder if that's actually her, because that just would make me love it even more. But even if it's not her, it's a great song about heartbreak. Then I switched it up, back and forth, roller coaster ride. Get It Right from the album Get It Right. And that was 83. It was funky, it has got that funky upbeat synth, and it's again, I'm pretty sure they were talking about the horizontal mambo. But it was we're gonna do it till we get it right. That's a good one. Number 3 was, we're taking it back to Daydreaming. But the Young, Gifted, and Black, 1972, and it's kind of thinking about somebody, like you said, whoever this great love was, or a combination. Because, like I said, she was only married twice, and she was not married when she passed away. So, I think the second divorce was like in 80 something. So she stayed single for the rest of that.
What was the name of the song?
The name of the song was Daydreaming.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was off The Young, Gifted, and Black, 1972. And
I almost listened to that song, and then something else came on.
Yeah, it like I said, it's got kind of long lost love, thinking about it, daydreaming about whoever. This one was probably the closest to mainstream. Number 2, Accentuate the Positive. And I think it's been, I don't know if she did it originally, but
She did not, but that's what I was actually just doing research on because I was going to start my list with that one. So,
but I think it was like on cartoons or something. I remember the song and the beat of it, but like you, with all this crap going on in our lives and stuff, you gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. And I mean, I could have spent I could still be talking about shit that pissed me off and negative shit that's happened and just today, but
Yeah.
I don't want to waste our time doing that. We got a limited window right here, so maybe we should start a podcast where we just bitch. But not this.
Or we should start one where we accentuate the positives,
Yeah.
Got to vent, got to get it out. All right, number 1. This was kind of along one of the songs you had. It's the same storyline, but Until You Were Gone. It's like,
great song.
Yep.
I didn't miss you until you were gone. And there's been with the holidays and stuff, I seem to dwindle in the days gone by a little bit. I mean, just think of things, and it gets a little disheartening, little bah humbuggy.
Yeah, I saw your post about the bah humbug, and I try to stay positive, especially since there's so many blessings in my life, and I always feel bad when I still feel bad about stuff that's not even important anymore. But I was watching some sort of podcast, and it was talking about how that just kind of stays in your mind, and you just practice mindfully removing that stuff, but not to feel bad because it was something important that happened that changed you as a person.
Yeah,
it's great.
I get caught up with the what ifs, I mean, and I love being bah humbuggy when I'm in a good mood. Just be like, Christmas, but really not bah humbuggy. But
yeah, instead of throwing coins at little boys.
Yeah, get off my lawn.
I was thinking about that Saturday Night Live sketch. Did you guys see it? Where Scrooge was throwing like coins out of the window for like the boys to get his turkey, and it like would like stick in people's eyes, and he ended up killing half the village. It's hilarious.
Be great.
You guys need to see it. It's wonderful.
I'll go find it.
I got a quarter right here.
Good list, buddy. Good list.
Thank you.
Songs down, only one off my list. So, and that was actually one of my 2 what I would call remakes or songs she recovered. But so I came in easy because I had a number 5 that I struggled to keep off the list. Give me my thing.
Let's pretend you spun. And then
number 5, powerful song, Spanish Harlem.
Yes.
And that one I struggled to keep off the list, and you helped me get it on there. So, and it was crazy. I was just kind of looking, and I don't even think that's like in her top 20 songs, or what would be considered her top 20 songs. Man, my fingers made a weird, like they didn't go down together.
Yeah, they keep doing it.
Alien.
Try to get them. I don't know what's going on there. So anyways, yeah, but that was a song that, instantly it was kind of, I remember hearing it, but I, didn't remember it. Does that make sense? And it was liked, and it will be on my playlist from now on. So
Ray Charles did a version of it.
I think there was a couple different people that have done it as well, but I do believe that is her original on that one. But I'm not 100% either. So I won't fight anybody that proves me right or wrong. Number 4, sisters are going to do it for themselves with the Eurythmics and Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart. And that song is like, my wife is like, I don't remember this. And I'm like, the sister, sister, I can't do it obviously like that, but man, that is
Sounded just like her, Coach.
Thank you. But like, that's girl power. That was the original girl power, like scream, sister.
Yeah, I got excited. I was like, man, I was gonna say it, and then I was like, I like these other ones better.
That one, I don't know, man. Like I think I loved her blues stuff, her soul stuff, all that, but her like pop stuff, man.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I ever gave it enough. And so now I will now. So thank you. Number 3, this one's going to be in her top 5 list. And I couldn't leave one of these off there, but Chain of Fools.
Yeah.
Chain. I mean, come on. Like, that just a awesome song, I
got in trouble because I was singing the harmony on that wrong. Like I almost got punched in the face.
You were saying Chain of Food.
It was way too serious of a situation, but bet your butt I get the harmony right now. It's like, Jesus, okay.
All right. I love her. I just messed up something. I'm sorry. My number 2, I think I heard the song quite a few times, and I don't think I knew it was her. I have recently, but at first, but it is I Knew You Were Waiting with George Michael. And that's like, if any song in the 80s reminds me of the 80s, I knew you were waiting. I knew you were waiting for me. That's like, yeah. And that actually, I was surprised was in one of her top 10s. And I don't know if like Powerful and all that would fit it, but good song. I liked it.
It was played a bunch. Like,
oh yeah, it was all over. It's still on. Like if you listen to like Bob or whatever, that's one of her songs. I think you'll actually hear quite a bit still. Okay. Number 1, this is a remake, but holy shit, when I found out she did it, she does a couple Beatles songs. I think she either had part of their catalog, they gave it to her because they loved her or what, and it was hard to pick because there's about 3 that she does, and I would challenge to say I'm a Beatles guy and would give them a run for the original, but this one in particular, Let It Be. Yeah. Holy shit. Like I like the original and don't get me wrong, man, I love the original, but how she sung this song, I think was how that song was like written to be sung.
I did not hear that at all. I thought you were going to say Eleanor Rigby.
Oh, that was on my that's on here, and that was hard to not do too, because I would say that almost the same to that one. That song was written for her to sing. Like holy shit, like go check out Let It Be, because I probably listened to that song 60 fucking times.
One for me, the cover that she did better. I mean, like I said, Let It Be was on my tentative, but the tracks of My Tears.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I mean, that the original, that's one of my all-time favorite. Oh my god,
Oh yeah.
I mean, that song just grabs me. I'm sure it's made a list, but I didn't know she did a version of it, and it was, like I said, if I would have got bumped, Tracks of Your Tears was going to come on. It was either Soul Serenade, which is a lovey-dovey song, great fucking song. So those 2 were in the ranks to get bumped up. If
I was mind blown how many songs she did cover that I did not know, but I think like Aretha I don't even know if she ever asked anybody to. I think people asked her to, or like if she just even heard a song on the radio and then like had her people, or maybe she reached out like, hey, I want to do this. They're like, God, yes, please. Like, yes. I'm like, yes. And the Beatles were, I wish I would have, like, this is a song, like, I can't believe I went my life not knowing. I mean, maybe not my life, because I can't remember the year. Actually, I think it was like 70 something, or she redid it. And
because I looked and took note, and I was like, because what the 70s was when the Beatles crapped out, basically, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
They were only active 10
And maybe
years.
they were selling off some stuff at that time because, maybe trying to make some money or whatever. But again, I don't think, that's one of those songs like, yeah, please make it, like I think even I read something is almost basically saying what I said. Like when he heard her sing that, like, that song might've been written when he's like, that song might've been written for you.
I don't think in the 70s, at least, Apple was hurting for money. There was a lot of, when Apple Computers and Apple, the record company, there was a lot of lawsuits at the beginning, and the Beatles won every time until most recently, and then Apple got big enough to where we're like, okay, we can do whatever we want. You go over here, we can go. Because originally with the Apple Computers, the original deal was as long as the Beatles didn't make computers and the Apples didn't make music, then it was good. And then that very first time, and I'd seen something on it the very first time that Apple had made a sound with their computer, the donk, donk. The name of that sound was Sosumi.
Oh, wow.
Because now they were, now the computers were going into audio. They were putting, mixing stuff on the computers.
Wow.
So it's called Sosumi. It's they've changed the name to Sosumi to Suni to like make it like now, but that was original jab to the Beatles. But like I said, now Apple owns everything, so can't even watch goddamn Charlie Brown Christmas without Apple TV. They're not broadcasting. I'm like, holy crap, this is the one I want to watch.
Yeah, I've been wondering, like, I remember having a conversation about the old cartoons not coming on, and a lot of the modern stuff, the modern Grinch and the Grinch That Stole Christmas is on all year, Wonderful Life and different things like that. But I don't understand why you would gatekeep something that's just so nostalgic to so many people.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why they can't broadcast it. I mean, I just want to watch it on TV if that's the worst case scenario, but it's not being broadcast. You got to go get the Apple TV subscription and then you can watch it.
Yeah, that's a little too much for me. Like, I understand. I mean, I get business. I get that. I don't get overly mad at capitalism, but it's like sometimes it's just, you're just doing too much.
Yeah.
You're just doing too much.
Yeah. All right. So do we want to do Christmas next week since we've got the 18th booked up?
We could do Christmas next week.
And then favorite Christmas songs.
Yeah.
Maybe keep the bah humbugs. I mean, after Christmas, after Thanksgiving, I put the tree up. I mean, like I said, again, I had to go rummage through the storage unit and fortunately found everything. Everything was at least kind of towards the top. I don't know if I can't remember if I did that, consciously, keeping all the stuff on top. I don't think I did, but
no, you didn't, because I helped you. There was
a plan. The first 3 seconds,
the main movers of that loading. There was no plan. If that happened, it was luck. I think it's because those boxes were lighter and they went in later, maybe, other than your 47,000 pound stuff.
Yeah, I gotta get rid of that thing. Spring. I'm working on getting a shed, and so I can get some of that moved over, get rid of a lot of it, because a lot of it was, this current situation. I didn't know if Mom was gonna get tired of my shit and send me packing, and so I kept all like pots and pans and everything, and then I think we're stuck with each other for now, so at least. So I'm gonna try to downsize and get rid of all that shit.
Yeah, it'll be good for the both of you, though.
Jingle Bells with William Shatner.
Yeah, that's a freaking awesome song, Timothy.
Oh, the star, or what, the David Bowie, the one Shatner does David Bowie. I love that.
I think Shatner has a couple different ones. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, I love the Shatner.
I do too, man.
I don't like Star Trek, but
Yeah, no, I don't think that's where I fell in love with him, but everything else he's done, his one man routine thing he did in like the 90s was great. He dude, he's not up there with Danny DeVito yet, but he's pretty close to a national treasure.
Yeah. I liked Star Trek. Like that's where I first really paid attention to William Shatner.
I honestly like Next Generation better. I'm one of the only people that ever will admit it. But I'm
good. Next Generation was
guy.
good.
I'm a Picard guy.
Yeah.
I didn't like any of it. So
man, Picard was badass, man.
Picard was badass, dude. He was a gangster.
For real.
Yeah.
I'd say for a captain, he was better than Shatner.
Oh, for sure. I think he was like a guy. Like I think I'd rather party with Shatner.
Yeah.
Even in that, because he was still about girls and all that. Picard was straight business.
Yeah.
He's the guy you want leading your ship against weirdo fucking aliens and stuff.
Yeah, because
Shatner's the guy
kidnapped and stuff.
Oh yeah, Shatner was all tripped out, and he got them in more trouble than he got them out of. You know, let's be 100% honest.
That's true. That's
without
true.
Spock. You know, I mean, Shatner
was the real hero.
Yeah, I mean, Spock just got his. He was like the. How do you know how he was the captain? He was like the troublemaker.
I liked him on Boston Legal. Yep, we'll get the Christmas next week. We'll figure it out. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Check out go follow Middle of the Road podcast and patiently await for the next episode.
Hey, it's crazy the feedback just during this show from like 4 people. Like, please do that more often. That was fun. Like you just being you. I can't believe I stayed going while I picked 700 prickles out of me and just almost stayed with it. I mean, it kept you informed on the prickles getting picked. But just
well, Sontia, before we get off here, you got anything? You got what the 13th? Is that the next thing you got coming on? You got something this weekend?
Yeah, I have the 13th. Somebody asked me to play at Kirby's on Sunday. I don't know if I played last Sunday with Joey Henry and it was amazing, but then I had to go to work the next day and that was very difficult.
After probably a long weekend.
Oh yeah. So I might not do it this time, but yeah, the 13th is definitely on.
I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try to make an active to go out instead of being a ball humbugger.
Let's do this now and make it a show date night again, Josh, because that then forces you to go.
Yeah, so Friday.
This Friday, I'm going to try to get out.
Sure.
It's the chamois. We're going to the chamois on Friday.
Yeah.
All right, let me put that on the book.
So I'm going to hit Art House 310. They got the new Anthony Joyner's wife. I can't think of her first name.
What? She has an exhibit?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. It's Friday. That's the Friday show. And then Brittany something. I don't think it's, unless she's using a different name. I can't think of her last name. So, but another talented artist. So, I mean, it'll be fun. It'll be good art.
Like what time?
The next one, it's from 6 to 10, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just it's the opening night, and then they'll be up there till all night. Both of them, both the artists, and then they're taking January off, and then February I'll be there.
Sweet.
And then I can die a happy man. Say I got into a gallery.
Hell yeah.
And then figure out what I'm gonna do next.
It's all down uphill from here.
Yep, exactly.
I'm excited.
All right, guys. Thank you again. Let's see if I can click the outro button instead of the intro button.
See if I can make my fingers go down at the same time.
You're freaking me out, man.